Okay, so today I've got my 1990 dually 1-ton 4-wheel drive, which is a really cool truck. They're pretty sought after. The first gen stuff's so popular right now. This is an actual non-intercooled 1990. I'm looking to put a little bit bigger turbo on it. I don't want to get this thing where it gets too hot and we melt it down. So we just want it to breathe a little bit better. Industrial injection offers a turbo somewhat for this truck that you can put in with the downpipe. There's a little bit of modification that you'll see us probably do today on this thing to make it work right. I'm gonna start a project with this truck turned into just my shop welding truck. So if I need to go out and do something in the field, I have my welder, my air compressor, all my stuff on it. So I'm not really gonna be working this truck really hard pulling a trailer with it. So right now we're gonna take all this stock stuff off. As you can see, this is an untouched, very stock 12 valve. It hasn't been turned up, it doesn't smoke. I mean, I can hold this thing to the floor and it doesn't roll any coal out of it. It's totally bone stock. And I don't want a lot of smoke, I just want it to run a little bit better and breathe a little bit better. So we're gonna get started on it and get going. Here's the old turbo here, which is probably a good thing we took it off because, as you can see, you know, these old trucks, man, they have been through a lot of stuff in the last 30 years. This is what they had in there for the flange, the V-band clamp flange. I mean, it was in there. Basically what they did is they took a piece of tin here, cut it, thin piece of tin, which was kind of a good idea, really. And they crushed it with that, you can see where it actually kind of crushed it in there. And then they clamped their exhaust onto there. So when you're driving around, you can see smoke coming out of your engine compartment. It's because of that right there. Now, as you can see on these two, it's gonna be a little bit different. You can see the exhaust side on this thing is definitely a little bit bigger on this one, which is kind of nice because you're gonna get rid of the exhaust. Which, you know, basically cools down your ETGs so your exhaust temperatures aren't super hot. A little bit more exhaust flow. You know, a lot of guys, they want to put a huge 4-inch exhaust on them, straight pipe, and that's cool, but these actually like to run off a little bit of back pressure, makes them run a little bit better. So when I replace the exhaust, I want to try to stay, you know, 3-inch if I can. I don't want to go much bigger than that. I'm going to stick with what they give me here. And the flow on how it works on the technology, on this turbo, the airflow is so much better. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and start putting this one on. There's going to be a little bit of work to make it happen because it's a stock application. It's an HX30, it's smaller, but these are a great little turbo. Don't get me wrong, this is a great little turbo. Your kit comes with a exhaust flange gasket, your drain gasket for your oil drain, a V-band clamp, and it comes with a downpipe also in that kit. So right now we're gonna go ahead and start putting this stuff in, get this locked in there. Then we'll clock the turbo when we get it in there. This one goes direct to the intake right here. This one here has a clamp on it. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm probably gonna wind up cutting this one off. This is off another 12 valve of mine. This is off like a P-pump 12 valve or something intercooled. I'm gonna cut this off right here. I'll put it to there and then probably TIG weld a bead around it so I could put a hose on it and direct it back into the intake. This was the piece that was on there. Okay, it was such an awkward position that it wouldn't really line up. So what I decided to do was cut this piece off, and I'll weld a piece on here that I can line up better now. So it'll be a nice straight clean piece, just like this one back. The only problem is this one's got this piece in here. It makes it really hard to work with. So we're gonna eliminate that. I'm gonna try to weld something round onto this square. Yeah, round peg, square hole. Yeah, it's not gonna look good. Okay, so we installed the Boxer 58 today. We did it in one day. There is a little bit of work that you have to do if you want to actually make it work to your application. I actually cut this piece out and fabbed a piece here so we could actually run a new intake for it. There was a little bit of work to do on the exhaust. I mean, you can do it in one day if you want to, but it does sound a lot better, and I'm sure on my way home tonight I'm going to find out how much better it actually runs. So.